Hi YouTube. Sorry if you hear my kids in the background and their cartoons. My husband's asleep, so he's not watching them right now. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history of Wicca and who's the founder and everything. Well, the founder of Wicca is Gerald Gardner, and in the 1930s he found a coven in England called New Forest, and he was initiated in by a witch called Old Dorothy. Yeah, I think that's it. And so I've got cat hair all over me. And he studied their ways and practices. Anyway, and sometime in the 1950s he introduced it to the public and everything, and he claimed that everything he brought forth, or everything, he claimed that everything that he told the public was correct. It was all from the coven, everything that he learned from the coven and nothing else. But in 1953, I think, I'm not sure, in 1953, or it might be, well, I don't know, I'm wanting to think, I don't know, I keep thinking 1952, I don't know why, but I think either one. He initiated, excuse me if I'm pronouncing her name wrong, Dorina Valiente, and she had a lot of doubts because her initiation was almost exactly like High Magic's Aid, if I can say it right, and the charge, which is one of Leland's writings. I'm not sure if I'm even saying his name right. And some of Aleister Crowley's writings, and which makes sense because he was initiate of OTO. Don't ask me how to pronounce the actual name of it because I couldn't tell you. And so he was initiate of that, so that had a lot of influence on him in the making of Wicca. So with that, yeah, so there was Aleister Crowley. He had a lot to do with it, and Margaret Murray also had a lot to do with the founding of Wicca and how it influenced Gardner to create it. And there's all kinds of other things too that influenced him, like he was a Freemason. He was a Freemasonry, and just there's so much that influenced him. His own beliefs, his, you know, and so on and so forth. So I mean, so if you think about it, when people say Wicca itself is a religion that predates Christianity, they don't know their history. They're very wrong. It was brought to the world in the 1950s, and therefore I don't think Christianity was brought to the world in the 1950s. I don't think so. Pretty positive. Might not be a Christian, but I'm not that stupid. So yeah, I mean, there's so much more to it. There really is. But that's just a summary of it. But yeah, so I'm really iffy on Wicca itself. So I don't call myself a Wiccan per se. I call myself a witch, so that kind of makes me feel better about it. I don't have anything against Wicca. I really don't. But it's just where it's very rocky background. You know, very rocky history. It's not very stable history. And, you know, he said, she said. That's what it's based on. He said this, he said that. Well, he said he learned it this way. But then there's evidence showing it wasn't everything he learned. So, I mean, it, you know, makes you kind of wonder. It's just, it's really rocky, and it, you know, I kind of cringe to the thought of it. So, yeah, there's just some history. Hope you liked the video. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Blessed be. I hope you had a great Samhain.